Hello, everybody. Welcome to my podcast titled Echoes of History, Unveiling Mexico through El Grito. Today, I'm going to be talking about the film El Grito and the readings we were supposed to read for units 7 and 8. And I'm going to be using those sources as evidence and support to support my claim that I believe the government failed Mexico in the past and until now, and that's kind of why Mexico is in a rough spot in terms of like economic and politics. The film does an excellent job of showing how it would be living with the Mexican government in the past. The film is concentrating on critical junctures that have molded the identity of the country. My first connection is that throughout El Grito, it offers an impactful deception of historical events. To begin supporting my claim, I wanted to talk about the film El Grito and why I believe the government has failed Mexico is part of the main point of the film and El Grito. So basically in El Grito, a fight breaks out between like two students and then they start arguing and somebody calls the cops. But for some reason, so many cops came to the school that they just started fighting with anybody they saw. Like the cops started to beat on any students they saw. And that was just absurd to me because, like, why would they do that? And after that, there was a huge protest breaking out about wanting justice for all the beatings. Even the victims went to show like the police and other people who would listen their bruises and how it would happen. They would even have like playing or like acts on the street to show like how it went down. And even a president came to address it, but everybody knows that the president was just like a puppet to say how sorry they were when they really didn't care. It was just part of the routine for them to just say to just show how sorry they are, but everybody knew they didn't mean it. And this shows to me that like time and time again there's corruption at a government level and everybody knows about it, but nobody can do anything about it because the ones in charge are the ones that are corrupt. Another example of this is in the book A Concise History of Mexico through pages 364 and 367, where it talks about how other countries even see it, Mexico as like they have the point of view of Mexico being like corrupt and run by narcos. One country that thinks that thought of that was like Japan. When they would do business with Mexico, they'd always think they were run by narcos and corrupt politicians, and it could be due to like how Mexico would always side with the USA, and by that I mean like making like laws or relegations with their oil, and always like it would always benefit the USA. And it always seemed like the country, the people who ran the country would run Mexico to the ground, just putting them in worse situations every single time. Because now they were just working for the USA. So like everything they would do in their country, the profits would basically go to the USA. Overall, those were just two examples of how I believe the corruption in the government and political level ran Mexico to the ground and left them in a terrible spot, to which I believe they still haven't recovered from.